Stop number 13 on the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series brings us to Pocono Raceway in Pocono, Pennsylvania, as we're set for racing here today in the running of the 30 laps of racing on this tricky triangle. This is the first of two races in a row we'll have on a 2.5 mile flat track, as we'll be at Indianapolis on the 2.5 mile flat rectangle track there for the next race on the tour after this. But today we're at the tricky triangle here at Pocono Raceway, and here's the starting lineup for this running event. On the pole, it's Kyle Matthews in number 44, the N29 Chevrolet. He's alongside Daniel Bouchard in 87 at the wheel of his Ford. Second row sees a pair of black and yellow trucks, Zachary Fitzwater in 68 and Quentin Moore in number 6. Quentin has one of our 3 in-truck cameras in today's race, as will the number 88 truck of Keith Batson, the number 88 Menards Ford. He'll have the inside of the row number 3. Beside him will be Carson Gum number 99. Fourth row sees Cole Deaver in 21 and number 3, Phil Parker. Next row is number 75, Jesse Turner, and number 00, it is Paul Minnick. Next row down has number 16, Nathan Hudson. He'll be alongside number 2, Dylan Young. Dylan has our second in-truck camera. And our third camera lies inside the number 10 truck of Joshua Osborne and the Jennifer Jo Cobb Specialty, number 10 driven to Honor Chevrolet. Beside him will be Seth Cohen, number 9, the Liberty University Toyota. Next row has number 11, Mitchell Collins, and number 52, Matt McIntyre. Next row is number 23, Stephen Colon, and number 19, Rob Evans. Next row down has number 18. That is Matt Haas in the number 18 truck. I forgot who it was there for a minute. He'll be alongside number 40, John Andrews. Next row down has number 7, Ashlyn Boyd, and number 13, Belle Moscow. Next row down has number 98, Kat Batson, and she'll be alongside Kev Sheeran, 54. Next row down is number 38, Scott Upton, and number 29, Johnny Gardner. Next row after that would be number 33, that is Jacob Thibodeau. He'll be alongside Matt William Brock in number 4. Next row down after that would be number 24, it is Nathan Orman. He's alongside number 8, Roberto Crown Jr. Next row, number 17, Pedro Lucas, and number 51, that is Laura Chung. Next row down after that would be number 15, Brad Stover, and number 74, James Sykes. And starting shotgun of field will be number 45, it is Diego Yepes, who will have the last row here in today's race. So we're getting set for racing here on this very unique 2.5 mile triangle here at Pocono Raceway. I say unique because I like, it may be a boring track to some people, but the characteristics here are very unique here. 3 different straightaways, 3 different turns, and all 3 turns differently banked. This is as here comes the command to fire the engines here at Pocono.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engines.
The command's been given to party engines as we get for racing here today. As the race truck leads the field off a pit road for the pace lap. We'll be back for the start of this race right after this. So the pace truck getting ready to lead the field to turn number 3 here as Kyle Matthews and Daniel Bouchard will lead the field to the green flag here. A Ford and a Chevrolet on this front row here. Then you got 2 Chevys on the second row, and then you got 2 Fords on the third row here. So Chevy has 3 of the top 5 spots in qualifying. The other 2 are filled with Fords. There with Bouchard and Batson, as the green flag about to fly. And again, and truck cameras will be carried by Quentin Moore, Keith Batson, and Joshua Osborne as the green flag flies. And let's go racing at Pocono. "30 laps of distance here to stay in this race here today. Front stretch is so wide you can run about 3, maybe 4, sometimes 5 wide racing here." Down the long punch road they come, 3,055 feet in length, and in turn number 2, which is called the tunnel turn, there is a tunnel that runs through that corner here where to let the traffic through into the infield. On the north chute at 1,780 feet in length here, as they now head to the flattest turn of the bunch, turn number 3. Banked at only 6 degrees, is the flattest turn of the track. Kyle Matthews will lead him down the start-finish line to lead the first lap here. And onto the longest straightaway of the bunch, the front stretch at 3,740 feet in length, about 260 feet shorter than the front stretch in the back stretch at Talladega, to give you an idea. First lap at 161.548 miles per hour as they go into turn number 1, which is the steepest bank turn of the track at 14 degrees of banking. Off the second turn they come. Cole Deaver looking a little bit racy in that 21 truck as he moves to the low side for third spot. He's got Jesse Turner, the Daytona winner, behind him, and here comes Fitzwater for the lead in 68, and he's got it off turn number 2. Thing I got to remember here too, this is a 3-turn track instead of 4 here, so there's no turn 4 at Pocono, obviously. Fitzy will lead him off the third corner into the start-finish line. He'll lead the second lap here. And the second lap tied at 169.46 miles per hour. We'll see lap speeds here of just over 170 miles per hour on around this racetrack here. And some of the trucks are getting darn close to it. They're 169.744 is the lap speed for Jesse Turner. He's the fastest truck so far in this race. As we work the third lap of this race here, now Cole Deaver looks inside of Kyle Matthews for second place. And he's got Nathan Hudson behind him. Hudson, the winner at I believe it was at Colorado National Speedway, the 3/8 mile short track we were on just a couple of races earlier. So let's take a look through the field, see where everybody's running here. Fitzwater's your leader. Second is Cole Deaver. Third is Nathan Hudson. Here comes Deaver for the lead now on Fitzwater in the turn number 1. Side by side, 2 Chevrolets in this bunch here. One colored black and yellow, and the other colored green and white. And meantime, we're gonna have a splash of pink there here in a minute because Joshua Osborne in the number 10 truck battles with Nathan Hudson for the third spot here. And he's got it in that number 10 truck, and he moves in the third spot, maybe second possibly if he can keep the draft off Deaver's truck. And he will do so. So Chevrolet now has the top 3 spots here. But Carson Gunn, but to spoil that in the Ford. Number 99 the number 99 truck here, as he's about to be pushed by another Ford. That's Keith Batson in number 88. And now Osborne wants to go for the lead. But Carson Gunn says, no way, Josh, and I'm going to go for the lead. They're going to make a 3 wide into turn number 1. And Carson and Joshua just about close to each other come off the second turn, or off the first turn, excuse me. And 3 wide here, Carson Gunn getting a push from his ThorSport teammate, Keith Batson. And Cole Deaver has to back off the throttle here. And whoa, he squeezed in between Osborne and Fitzwater. That was close. And now Stephen Colon in number 23. He looks for third spot as he zips by Osborne. And now Kyle Matthews in 44 behind him. Then you got 87, Daniel Bouchard behind Matthews. And Dylan Young in the 2 truck as well too. And then there that white, black, and gold machine. Paul Minnick is up there in the number 00 truck here. There's Deaver in the outside in that green machine. And here comes Cologne first. He's got third. He may have second on Batson here as he comes through turn number 2. Keep your eye on that 23 truck. Stephen Cologne's got one fast machine. He's going to go to the inside for the lead. So he was fourth, I think, coming off the second corner, and now he's about to take the lead off the third turn. And he'll lead this lap as lap number 6 in the books. And we'll be down to 24 to go here at Pocono Raceway. There you look at the back of the pack right there. Roberto Crown Jr. holding the basement right now as the guy who started last here, Diego Yepes, now gets around Laura Chung in the 51 truck. That's going to put Yepes up to about, let's see, Up from 35th to 31st right now in the 45 machine. It's one of the Nice Motorsports trucks. Cat Batson up ahead of him in number 98. That's another ThorSport Ford. Actually, he's in between two ThorSport trucks here because 13 Vale Moscow, who has not had one of the best seasons for this rookie, but they've had some fast. The 13 truck's been fast in some places though, but cannot manifest it to get some cannot manifest results that it's capable of. As you see, the 15 truck of Brad Stover getting around the 13 right now, and Stover now trying to pick up a couple spots here. Ashland Boyd up ahead in that number 7 Toyota, that gray machine there he is. As Cat Batson gets by him and now tries to get by the 19 truck of Rob Evans, that black and red McAnally racing truck. That's a truck of his favorite driver, Derek Kraus. Several drivers in this field, they're driving trucks of their favorite drivers here. Like, Rob Evans, of course, drives the Derek Kraus truck. Kev Shear drives a truck with one of his favorite drivers. That would be the Anthony Alfredo truck from 2019. And Johnny Gardner, who you see looking inside in the blue and gold, number 29. That is the truck of his favorite driver, Chase Briscoe. And of course, naturally, going on the theme of favorite drivers driving their favorite trucks there, Joshua Osborne is in fact driving a truck of one of his favorite truck drivers, Jennifer Jo Cobb. So they basically have it with that, though. So some people driving trucks of their favorite drivers here, obviously too. Obviously, and that's kind of nature of this. That's kind of the nature of NR 2003 offline racing. Looking now at the 52 truck of Matt McIntyre as he gets by the 18 truck of Matt Haas. Now he close up in the back of the 24 truck of Nathan Ormond. And there is Ormond in number 24 as he gets by the 17 of Pedro Lucas. And now 6 truck of Quentin Moore, who's steadily dropped back. He's back to 14th position right now in that number 6 machine, unsponsored, and you're now on board Quentin Moore's truck. Looking ahead of the 21 of Cole Deaver and the number 9 of Seth Cole. And there you see Quentin now backing off into turn number 3 right there, down about 146 miles an hour. And now Seth Cole's going to make a 3 wide off turn number 3 as he, Thibodeau, and Osborne side by side here. And now Seth gets hung out the dry here as Quentin now goes behind Osborne and Thibodeau. 188 miles an hour to turn number 1 goes Quentin Moore. And down about 163 in the middle of turn number 1, and now he pulls up tightly on the back of Osborne, driven to Honor Chevy, as he and Thibodeau close corners racing in the Long Pond straightaway. Those two darn near touched a couple of times. And let's see how fast Quentin goes into turn number 3 at 178, 179 miles an hour into turn number, and down about 132 in the middle of turn number 3. Now he forces a throttle on the number 6 Chevrolet. Tight draft off the back of Osborne's black and pink truck. 182 miles an hour, 184, 85, 86, 187 miles an hour this time into turn number 1. Quentin runs 14th right now as he's got Matt Haas on the inside of number 18 Safelight Toyota. But the draft off Joshua's truck here seems to be working in Quentin's advantage as they go into turn number 3 now, or turn number 2, excuse me. Calling a race at Pocono is quite a challenge. I will definitely say that. I've said that many times. So Osborne, meantime, has found himself a line to the inside as he now follows the 24 Nathan Ormond. And meantime, we got some mover uppers through the field right there. Ormond's one of those trucks, along with Seth Cole. But another truck we haven't talked about much about here this season is the number 11 Mitchell Collins, the number 11 Toyota. There he is. He's at the 5th position right now as he tries to get past Kyle Matthews in the 44 truck. But Seth Cole now tries to move inside the number 9 Liberty University Toyota. So Collins making a run out of here at number 11 Toyota. Up to second position now goes Collins as he gets by Stephen Colon. He's got the draft from another Toyota of Seth Cole. Cole Deaver behind him in the 21 truck. Carson Gum continues to lead this race by way of number 99 as he has led a few laps, and now Collins goes inside for the lead position, but Carson says, no way, Mitch, and he now moves down the block a little bit through turns off to number 1. Carson Gum does, in fact, have the fastest lap of the race so far at 170.594 miles per hour. In fact, 2 trucks have hit over 170. That is he and Stephen Colon at this time. Averaging just almost 168 miles an hour at this point after 14. About to come by to complete the 14th lap, so we have 16 to go. As we're almost halfway home here at Pocono Raceway. Off the 3rd corner they come. Seth now tries to draft off Carson Gum's truck here. 2 of the veterans of the NNSCRA. Have been around since almost day 1. Now here comes Cole Deaver to the low side, number 21 Smoky Mountain Snuff Chevrolet. So Deaver now has moved up the track right now as they come off the 3rd corner here. As they come down the front stretch here, now Orman goes to 2nd place now in the number 24 truck. Matt Haas at the 3rd position right now as they come off the 2nd turn here, or 1st turn. Several trucks following close behind here as they come down. As we look in the middle of the pack here, there's 75 Jesse Turner and the 40 of John Andrews as he moves his way up to the field in the number 40 Nice Motorsports Chevrolet. Danny Bouchard back there in the 87 machine. Pedro Lucas there, 17 truck. Paul Minnick in the 03 truck of Phil Parker. And the 68 truck of Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzwater started this race in the top 5. And he is now trying to make his way back up toward the field here as he's falling back a bit. Kat Batson in the 98 truck, who started this race in the back. She's working her way through the field now in that black and gold Ford, maybe trying to catch up to her husband Keith and try to work together possibly. Who knows? As we continue to watch Fitzwater and Kat Batson battling out for position here as they try to move up on the 00 Paul Minnick. And the 19 truck is right there behind Batson. That's the 19 of Rob Evans. Off turn number 3 they come here. They have a look at Nathan Hudson there. In the meantime, the 2 truck of Dylan Young's taking the lead here in the number 2 Chevrolet. There he is as we go back to the front of the pack. Batson now tries for 2nd place, and he's got it on Ormond, and he's going to try. He may bring the 10 of Osborne behind him. Down the backstretch they come here. Dylan Young, the number two truck here for GMS Motorsports, trying to trying to snag his first victory of the season. But low side goes Batson. He's going to take the lead here coming off the third corner. And he's got it. $18 laps in the books, 12 laps to go here at Pocono Raceway. And here comes Osborne. Flip flat to the forward at number 10 truck and 3 wide for third spot. And John Andrews in the number 40 machine goes to third spot. All 35 trucks running right together, and any of them may have any one of those 35 trucks has a shot to win this race. So don't pencil in your winner yet, especially the fact that since we're coming down to, since we're closing up on the final 10 laps of this race. It's any man or woman for themselves here in this series, and it's usually that way in any series I run. But anyway. And a drag race for the lead between the 40 and the 10. It's going to be the 10 of Osborne leading that lap. But John Andrews is going to have the run going into number 1. He's got the draft off Danny Bouchard in the 87 truck. And it's going to be Andrews leading. It's going to be Andrews taking the lead for the time being. And they're 3 wide back there. Well, at least they were 3 wide back there. And finally, one of the trucks had to back off a bit. That would be, I think, Ormond in the 24. When we talk about Cat Batson and Zachary Fitzwater trying to work their way up to the field, well, there they are. 68, 98 trucks. They're up in the top 5 now. Top 10, excuse me. And Bouchard's going to go to the second place and maybe looking for the lead on the 40 truck. Here comes Bouchard in the 87. That's a Nemco Motorsports machine he's driving as he comes down the front stretch. 10 laps to go at Pocono. Off in the third turn they come here. Here comes Bouchard looking the low side of the track here. He's got to look for the lead right there as we jump on board with Joshua Osborne. As he moves inside, is he going to make a 3 wide to turn number 3? No, he does not. As Bouchard and Andrews touch a little bit going into turn number 3. See how fast Joshua goes. We saw 188 miles an hour a little earlier from Quentin Moore going into turn number 1. Osborne now getting the drive off the 87 truck. He was getting the drive off the 40 of John Andrews. Now Osborne only 185 miles an hour to turn number 1. Off the first turn. And it's right behind Andrews in the 40. So how fast he goes down the Long Pond straightaway here. 183 miles an hour, 184, 185. Same as we saw in the front stretch, 185. And then about 159 in the middle of turn 2. And see how fast he goes into turn number 3, 177 miles an hour, and down about 134 into the third turn, so about a little over a 40 mile an hour drop. First stretch he goes here, 8 laps to go. And 186 miles an hour this time into turn number 1 goes the number 10 truck. And Joshua's last lap, 166.584 miles an hour as he goes to the lead now as he gets the push from Keith Batson. In the 88 truck, side by side goes the 10 and the 87 as they come on the front, on the Long Pond straightaway, I should say. And Bouchard goes up the high side right there and maybe losing some spots here. Phil Parker behind him in a 3 truck. And John Andrews, he may be one of him and guys like him and Daniel Bouchard there, and maybe even Pedro Lucas in a 17 truck. Those three could possibly pull off an upset here today at Pocono. Laps are clicking off though. We're down to 7 to go. They completed lap number 23. Here comes Quentin Moore in the 6. He looks inside for third place, and he's got it. He's going to bring Pedro Lucas with him in the 17. And 3 wide back there. That's the 19 of Rob Evans. He's going to try to make a 3 wide between Quentin Moore, and Fitzwater, but Fitzy backed off a little bit in the turn number. Whoa! And now it's Evans, Deaver, and the 3 of Phil Parker. And Parker had to back off a little bit. Smart move right there on Phil's part here. Keep your eye on that number 17. Keep your eye on that 19 of Rob Evans. He's flying. Six laps to go. And Evans is not done yet. 3 wide in turn number 1 goes Pedro Lucas, and John Andrews. And Daniel Bouchard back down the low side. He's going to try to get the 19 a little bit of help. Whew, the 19 and 17 both got a little cozy coming down off the first corner. And still 3 wide in turn number 2. This is over 185 miles an hour in the turn number 2 they're going, I mean. And problems on the second corner! 17 is around. There's several trucks getting involved. Dylan Young is involved. Phil Parker involved. We saw damage to the back of the 15 of Brad Stover. Scott Upton involved. Oh, and John Andrews was having a darn good run, as well as the 17 of as well as the 17 of Pedro Lucas, as the yellow flag flies. With 6 laps to go, 5 to go right now, as we completed the 25th lap. I don't know if we'll get this race restarted or not, as Quentin Moore led him back to the start-finish line. There's Matt McIntyre involved, James Sykes involved. Quentin Moore's in the lead, Batson's okay, Osborne's okay, so is Bouchard, so is Evans, Carson Gum. Those trucks look okay at this point here. And Belle Moscow, slow down, Vale. Nope, she rears right into the back of the 40 of Andrews. I don't know what the So anyway, let's take a look at what happened coming off the second corner here as the 17 of Pedro Lucas. He and John Andrews squeeze each other in the wall coming off the second corner here. Now watch what happens here. Evans had just gotten by those 2 trucks here, okay? And Pedro starts spinning right there. And he and Andrews sideways. Matt McIntyre in 52, he gets involved. Cole Deaver, I think, barely squeaks through. Several trucks. There's where Dylan Young got in. Actually, that was where Scott Upton got involved here. Ashland Boyd and Roberto Crown Jr. did an amazing job getting by those trucks here. And Phil Parker and the 11 of Mitchell Collins, I don't know how they did not get through. I don't know how they did not get damage from that wreck here. And at first I thought Brad Stover got a little piece of something in the back end of the truck there, but I think he's clean too. And well, Ashland Boyd got right in the apron and cut right in front of the 74 truck and caused Sykes to get on the binders. But well, we're going to take a look from some of the in-truck cameras here as to how they missed a crash here. First, we're going to start off with actually all three of our cameras were in front of that crash, so really no exciting footage as to how they got through the wreck or not there. But anyway, trucks out of the race. So the only truck out of the race was Brad Stover in the 15 truck. I think apparently some mechanical failure has befallen the 15 truck that's caused him to fall out of the race. Well, the pace truck's lights are off, and get ready, folks, because we're going to have a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag here at Pocono Raceway. We'll reset the field for you here. Quentin Moore trying to hold him off to get a win here today. Can he do it? Well, Keith Batson may have something to say about that in the 88 truck, as will Joshua Osborne in 10. He runs in third position. Fourth is Daniel Bouchard. Fifth is Rob Evans. So, and you got drivers like Bouchard and Evans who's got a lot of incentive to try to win this race here today. Especially Bouchard, who's had a lot of bad luck in recent times. Carson Gumbs in 6th position. 7th is Kyle Matthews. 8th is Dylan Young. 9th is Cole Deaver. 10th is Paul Minnick. Zachary Fitzwater runs 11th. 12th is Cat Batson. 13th is Matt Haas. Nathan Orman is 14th. 15th is Seth Cole. 16th position is William Brock. Then it's Jacob Thibodeau, 17th. 18th is Jesse Turner. 19th is Johnny Gardner. 20th is Stephen Colon. That's how they run right now. Then it's Kev Shearer, Nathan Hudson, Diego Yepes, Laura Chung, and Pedro Lucas, the top 25. And there's the rest of the trucks in the field. 34 trucks still remain in the race here, and all 34 of them amazingly on the lead lap. Amazing because that crash, I don't know how that crash did not take out several other trucks here. Because you note to consider that some of the trucks in that crash were right in front of the darn field. But get ready, folks. Here, Quentin Moore, can he hold them all off? The green and white flags both wave as we're underway. One lap remaining here at Pocono. Here, 29 laps in the books. One left. Keith Batson staying right on the back of Quentin Moore's truck here. Keith looks to the low side of Quentin as they go into turn number 1. And here comes Osborne in number 10. He looks inside of the 88 truck of Batson. If those two get side by side, that's going to open it up for Quentin Moore, though. But Keith Batson staying right on that back bumper of the number 6 truck. Osborne to the low side for second place, and he's got it. Oh, he and Keith touch here. Here comes Daniel Bouchard in the inside of the 87 truck looking for second place himself. Osborne gets by Batson, but now Bouchard looks inside of the number 10 truck himself. And Bouchard takes second place. Here comes Rob Evans. He's going to try to take third position now. And that's going to seal the deal for Quentin Moore as they come off the third corner. Checker flag waves and unsponsored and all. Quentin Moore wins at Pocono. Quentin Moore in the number 6 Norm Benning Special takes the win here today at Pocono Raceway. He got the restart when he needed it and held off pretty strong challenges from about the other 4 trucks behind him, though. Batson gave him a pretty good challenge, as did Osborne. Bouchard looked like he might have had a shot coming through the third and fourth through the third turns here. Again, no turn 4 at Pocono quals. Anyway, he gave him a shot through the third turn here, but was a little bit too far behind. But still, you can't give him. But still, couldn't blame for trying on the last few laps of this race here. But not to take anything away from Quentin Moore, as he takes the win here today at Pocono Raceway, averaging 140.281. So 13 races are in the books, and we'll be heading to Indianapolis for the next 2 stops in the tour, to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which is next on the tour, and then after that will be the short track at Indianapolis, IRP, now named Lucas Oil Raceway, obviously. So I hope you like Indy, because we'll be there for the next 2 stops in this series here. Give you the rest of the field for you here. Rob Evans comes home 3rd. Joshua Osborne ends up finishing 4th. 5th will go to Keith Batson. Carson Gunn with a solid day, finishing 6th. 7th will go to Dylan Young. 8th to Kyle Matthews. Cole Deaver comes home 9th. And Paul Minnick holds on to finish in 10th position. 11th will go to Cat Batson. 12th to Zachary Fitzwater. Nathan Orman got by Matt Haas for 13th. Haas will finish 14th. Jacob Thibodeau 15th, and then William Brock, Seth Cole, Johnny Gardner, Stephen Colon, and Jesse Turner, the top 20. 21st will go to Kev Shearer, Diego Yepes, 22nd, 23rd, Laura Chung. 24th position will go to Roberto Crown Jr. Nathan Hudson 25th, then Phil Parker 26th, Pedro Lucas 27th, Ashlyn Boyd 28th, Mitchell Collins 29th, and John Andrews will end up finishing 30th. Rest of the finishing order for here: Val Moscow, Scott Upton, Matt McIntyre, and James Sykes. The rest of the trucks that finished this race here, all 34 of them on the lead lap. Brad Stover was the only truck out of the race. He finishes 35th. So that will do it here today at Pocono Raceway. Congratulations once again to Quentin Moore, the winner here at Pocono here today at Pocono. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything in this channel. We got in-our races, we got gaming videos, we got in-our online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires to have for his channel. And be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cups, which is the main series on this channel, of course. And also be sure to check out our other two NNSCRA channels that does NNSCRA series as well too. That includes Dylan Young's NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup series that he does on his channel X8675398588X, and also Thrash Maniac 99's channel, which is Levi McIntyre's channel. He's the man that does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup series. So that will do it here. So give those two channels a sub, as well as this channel here, the NNSCRA channel. So that will do it here today at Pocono Raceway. For now, this is James Cole. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We will see you at Indy.